Welcome to Frameworks for the Future, the podcast where we break down the systems and strategies that can reshape your life. I'm your host, Alex.
And I'm Ben. Today we're diving into a book it's less of a gentle guide and more of a tactical field manual for life.
Hmm.
It's called The Sergeant's Guide to Winning by Alexander Appleby.
Field manual is the perfect term.
Yeah,
The author's core belief is that most people are just, drifting through life like leaves on a stream.
right.
This guide is designed to turn you into a strategist, someone who approaches every single day like a well-planned military operation.
And the heart of this operation is the SIMPLE framework.
Right.
It's an acronym for the 6 pillars of a life worth living: service, integrity, money, passion, liberty, and empathy.
Okay.
But before we even get into that, we have to touch on the book's central metaphor, the battle versus the war.
This is a crucial distinction.
Yeah,
The author says the battle is your life, so the daily struggles, the morning routines, the small choices you make.
right.
But the war is your legacy, the lasting impact you leave behind.
Hmm.
You have to consistently win the daily battles to ultimately win the war.
It's such a powerful way to frame personal development.
It is.
It's not about waiting for one big heroic moment, but about the consistent, disciplined actions you take every single day.
Exactly.
The book is structured around this, with chapters covering every critical area: God, family, business, money, body, fun, and finally, legacy.
Okay, so let's start where the author does, with what he calls the most foundational chapter: God, your foundation in the eternal.
Okay.
The theme is purpose is greater than comfort.
Hmm.
Appleby argues that you can't figure out what to do until you first ask, why was I made?
And this isn't about promoting a specific religion,
Right.
but about having a solid bedrock to build your life on.
Yeah.
He uses the stories of biblical figures like Nehemiah and Joseph as examples of people who found their purpose through faith,
Okay.
whether they were in a position of comfort or in a deep crisis.
Wow.
It's about discovering the purpose that's already, woven into your being.
And he immediately gives you your marching orders.
Yeah.
He recommends a daily morning ritual, at least 10 minutes of prayer or meditation, and writing a concrete mission statement.
Right.
So not a vague goal like be successful, but actually answering, what are you building? Who are you serving? And why does it matter in the long run?
From that spiritual foundation, he moves to a very grounded topic in Chapter 2, Family and Friends, Your First Platoon.
Okay.
This chapter was fascinating.
Yeah?
The theme is strong relationships, zero deadweight.
Zero dead weight. Wow, that's blunt, but it definitely gets the point across.
It does.
He says you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and you need to be strategic about who is in your inner circle. The workbook for this chapter literally has you conduct a circle audit.
That's right. You list the people you spend the most time with and identify who elevates you and who drains you.
Right.
Then you create a pruning plan for the negative influences.
Wow.
It sounds harsh, but he argues that your time and energy are your most finite and valuable resources.
He does make a key distinction between family and friends, though.
Okay.
Family is a covenant, a bond you honor.
Right.
Friends, on the other hand, are your chosen allies. He provides a cheat sheet of green flags to look for in friends, like integrity and a growth mindset, and red flags to avoid, like chronic negativity and jealousy.
It's a very tactical way to look at relationships,
Yeah,
which is a refreshing change from a lot of the typical self-help advice.
totally.
Next up is Chapter 3, Business. Build, don't beg.
This chapter is all about adopting an entrepreneurial mindset, even if you're an employee.
Right.
The idea is to think like an owner of your career, not just a clock puncher.
Yeah.
He introduces this concept of skill stacking, developing a unique combination of skills that makes you irreplaceable.
Ooh.
Like a good writer is common, but a good writer who also understands data analysis and personal branding, that's rare and far more valuable.
And he introduces the 4 forms of leverage: labor, capital, code, and media.
Yeah,
The goal isn't just to work harder.
right.
It's to build systems that multiply your effort and create assets that work for you 24/7.
Wow.
The most practical advice here is to schedule at least 2 hours of daily deep work. uninterrupted, focused time on your most critical tasks.
That flows perfectly into Chapter 4, Money, the Tool of Freedom.
Yes.
The theme is simple: control money or be controlled by it. He breaks it down into 4 essential pillars: earning, saving, investing, and protecting.
And he's incredibly specific.
Yeah,
He says to save a minimum of 20% of your income and to pay yourself first by automating your savings so you're not tempted.
right.
Don't rely on willpower.
No.
For investing, he's a big fan of simple, low-cost index funds and emphasizes starting as early as possible to harness the incredible power of compound interest.
The most actionable step here is to track everything.
Right.
You can't manage what you don't measure.
Yeah.
Track your income, your expenses, your net worth. It's about knowing your financial position at all times.
Now for a chapter that really stood out to me. Chapter 5, Body. Stay dangerous, stay alive.
Yes,
The theme is the body is the first battlefield.
I loved this chapter.
Me too.
It's not about vanity, it's about capability.
Exactly.
He says a strong person is harder to control, and that physical capability is a declaration of independence. He breaks physical health down into 3 pillars: movement, nutrition, and recovery.
The guidelines are crystal clear. Strength training 2 to 4 times a week, over 150 minutes of cardio, and daily mobility work.
Wow.
For nutrition, it's about eating real food and prioritizing protein.
Right.
And for recovery, he stresses getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep.
Crucial.
He argues that physical discipline builds character discipline.
Yes.
If you can get yourself to the gym on a cold, dark morning, you're building the mental toughness to do the hard things in other areas of your life too.
So we've covered the heavy hitters: faith, relationships, career, money, health.
Right.
But then comes a chapter that feels like a welcome surprise. Chapter 6, Fun. Joy is a revolutionary act.
This might be the most important chapter for high achievers.
I think so.
The author says fun isn't the opposite of discipline. Fun is its necessary complement.
Yeah,
A life of all work isn't noble, it's just unsustainable.
totally.
He makes this brilliant distinction between passive entertainment, like mindless scrolling, and active engagement, like learning a new skill or going on an adventure.
He even has a concept called the healthy fuck it,
Yeah,
which is a planned intentional release of discipline purely for pleasure.
right.
It's not a collapse of your values, it's a scheduled recovery. The advice is literally to put fun on your calendar.
Okay.
Emphatically, plan your play as seriously as you plan your work.
It's about engineering joy.
Yeah,
And all of this culminates in the final, powerful chapter, Legacy. Leave something that outlives you.
right. This brings that war metaphor full circle.
He says legacy operates on 3 levels: personal, so the people you touch and mentor; professional, the work you build and the standards you set; and social, your impact on society.
Right.
And in our modern world, this also includes your digital legacy.
The tactics here are so practical and forward-thinking.
Yeah,
He suggests creating a digital vault for your passwords and online assets, setting up wills and trusts, and most importantly, actively mentoring the next generation. As he says, your wisdom dies with you unless you share it.
it all comes together in the end with a master action plan and a 30-day challenge.
Yep, the challenge provides a daily checklist that integrates every single chapter: 5+ minutes for God, 30+ minutes of movement, 2+ hours of deep work, 1 meaningful interaction, tracking expenses, 30 minutes of fun, and a final evening review.
It's an incredibly comprehensive and actionable system.
It is.
It doesn't just tell you what to do,
Right.
it tells you how to do it and gives you the tools to track your progress.
Yeah.
It truly is a field manual for building a life, not just getting through it.
The Sergeant's Guide to Winning is a clear and direct call to action.
For sure.
It's demanding, but it provides a clear path forward. The simple code: service, integrity, money, passion, liberty, and empathy is the compass for that path.
It really forces you to take a hard look at how you're approaching your own life.
Yeah,
Are you just drifting, or are you executing a plan with intention?
exactly.
Right.
And that leads to our question for you. our listeners.
Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. After hearing this breakdown, what is the one daily battle you've been neglecting that you can commit to fighting starting tomorrow?
Think on that. Thanks for tuning in to Frameworks for the Future.